To this day.
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Boy.
Hello,
Bushido spirit.
fellow travelers, pioneers. It is your guy, your homie, your whoa, Bushido Spirit. This is Off the Top Reviews. And we have our co-host here, Keek.
Hola.
Exactly. Exactly. Hola. Yeah. But yeah, we are talking about Lovecraft Country. Just watched the episode, so everything is fresh in our minds. Okay. Episode. Oh shit, something popped up. Hold on, let me get that out.
Oh my god. So unprofessional.
Season 1, Episode 9. Rewind 1921. All right. But before we continue with this review, be sure to like, comment, and sub to the channel for epic top tier reviews. And I swear, everything is remembered. We don't forget nothing.
It's a lie.
We have an elephant's memory.
He does not
forget.
remember shit.
So if
I'm
I
the
do
one
forget,
that does.
that is blasphemy. If I do forget.
No.
It is not me that has forgotten. It's you all who are simpletons that do not remember my
You ain't getting no more subs.
I purposely leave out information so you can catch it like clues. Just to give, I want to keep the conversation going. That's why I
He lying, Your Honor. This nigga lying.
But yeah, let's jump right into it, man. You know, we usually start off with the simple thing. Overall, how did you feel about this episode?
Liked it. I liked it a lot.
Is that it? You just gonna keep saying you like it?
A lot.
A lot?
A lot.
Have you ever disliked the episode?
No, not really.
Okay, I fuck with it. I like that energy.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's the greatest show on television, man.
Basically.
Yeah.
All these beautiful black people. Talented.
You're not biased at all.
All this black excellence.
Shit. So anything else you want to say about the overall episode? Any characters you wanted to highlight that you thought came through in this episode? We'll do the detailed breakdown a little bit later, but let's get the basics out the way first.
I wanted to see more Rui Christina interactions for my own personal reasons.
That wore off, man. Christina wasn't in complete control, you know? I mean, She wasn't completely controlled. That's what I meant to say.
Well,
You know,
I mean, we'll see.
we thought, but we were wrong, man.
She did come to help
Really,
Diana, so, I mean.
but she had an ultimatum.
Yeah.
She didn't just come to help out of the kindness of her heart. Yeah.
That's how she operates.
And it's really Ruby that's under control. That is interesting. She got by Becky, man.
Becky.
Anyway, I think your boy Montrose was he was selling it, this episode. I shed a tear for my nigga, man. He was like, my
Feel your
my
gay pain.
Like, hey, hold up, chill out. It's like my gay lover. It was a powerful scene. It's like,
I can relate.
No,
Finally,
stop it.
I see myself in a character.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's like looking into a
Nigga, I'm
mirror.
Atticus, nigga. I'm Atticus.
You
big,
wish.
Big ass arms, nigga.
You wish.
What? I'm Atticus, man.
Nah.
I'm Atticus.
Nah. You
Or
Atticus's
George.
pinky toe.
I'm not Sammy, nigga. Don't make me out to be no Sammy, no shit like that, nigga. I'm Atticus
What's
or
wrong?
George.
Sammy.
I'm a man.
Sammy chilling. Sammy chilling.
That's exactly
And he looked good in a
how
dress.
Montrose felt. That's exactly how Montrose felt. Like, I'm a man, damn it. I gotta have this son. Because having a son is manly.
Right.
Well, that was a good scene, man. That was a very powerful, emotional scene. And that actor, Majors. I said Majors. Jonathan Majors. His reactions to what Montrose was saying is like, it's good reactions. And what's the actor again that plays Montrose?
Michael K.
I'm forgetting
Williams.
his name. Who?
Michael K. Williams.
Michael K. Williams. Yeah, he did a great job. They both did a great job in that scene, selling that.
Yeah.
Selling that, man. It's like this nigga, Tick was so frustrated. He was so mad. But he couldn't help but feel for him at that time too. Like you can see it. Like that was so good, man. But yeah. Let's jump right into the episode. No, actually, matter of fact, there were some complaints about the episode. I saw one or two complaints. People were saying,
Random
"Why
niggas.
the fuck was?
Who cares?
Why the fuck?
Who cares?"
Hey, well, I guess we can answer some of these questions. It's like, why the fuck was Letitia just walking?
She's immortal.
When there was
She has immunity.
And that's true, but I was like, that's TV show movie shit, man.
Yeah. She was
You know what it
walking
is,
through
like-
the fire.
That shit look
Walk
cool.
through the fire.
Like sometimes you be like, you gotta sacrifice logic.
Practicality.
You know, like that shit, yeah, practicality. That shit look cool. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to completely make sense. That shit it's better to be filmed,
Right.
all right? And there was another complaint about the book not being burnt, but in rewatching the scene,
I don't think it can be
you
burned.
huh?
I don't think it can be. Because
Oh,
the first...
it's not that. I think it's the barrier. Because if you watch the scene, she was holding the grandma's hands, and they didn't get burned until she let go. So whatever she touches is a part of that protection, vulnerability shit too. So,
But it didn't get burned the first time when his ancestor was running out of a burning house either. So there's that.
you were. I mean, I don't know. Because I mean, the book was kind of dark black, like
It may just be a
got
black
some
book.
fire. It could be a black book, but I mean, come on. I
And
don't
it's
think she
old
was
as
that
shit.
Close.
It's old as hell.
I don't think she was close enough for it to catch on fire, man.
Who
I don't
knows?
know. Well, who cares, man?
Yeah, it's
Who
not a
cares?
big
Who
deal.
gives a fuck? It's not.
Niggas on the internet
Not at
care
all.
for no reason. They have nothing else to do in quarantine.
Yo, that should be funny, man. Because as much television and movies as I watch, I've come to understand that it's never perfect. Like there's always some inconsistencies with. Anytime you do a show like this of this nature, unless you
Yeah.
do like a boring ass show that's like got nothing surreal in it, it's just basic, like a basic drama, like This Is Us. Like I mean, it's hard to fuck up that because it's just like regular shit. But if you're dealing with magic, powers, fantasy, and you're dealing with shit that don't even exist, so there isn't any rules that you can follow or go by that's set in stone. So there's always mistake or quote unquote mistakes, but it's fine.
Right. Did they want the book to be set on fire or something? Like, what do you want?
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. It's like it's not realistic.
What
Niggas
difference
some
would-
wizards and shit.
It's fucking stupid.
Well, yeah,
God, man.
I had to check the board. I just want to see what people were saying, man. I just had to.
I don't pay no
And-
attention to people.
I mean, I don't either, but I had to for this episode. This was a special episode. But yeah, let's jump right into it. I got some notes I wrote down. I'm gonna do like a mini breakdown. So I guess we can start off with what should we start? So yeah, everybody is trying to save Dee. You know, Dee has been cursed by Lancaster, and nobody at the house can fix her. Everybody just standing over her body. They start to get into fights as they always do when they're in a room together. You know, because Letitia reveals that she gave the pages to Christina already, and Atticus wanted to use those pages to force her to save Dee, right? And Ruby like, no, I got it. That walk, man, I got it. She'll come over.
Should be busting. Christina gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
She gonna do it. I was like, is Ruby really think she got her like that, man.
Yeah.
Okay, Ruby, I see you. She know what she got.
Mm-hmm.
So Christina comes over.
She working a
and
different
she's
kind of magic.
Exactly. So Christina comes over and she's like, "We can't save her, man. I can prolong it, her demise, But we gonna need like Lancaster. He cast a spell. We'll need Lancaster to reverse this." And did that scene with Lancaster happen before or after?
After
This scene, I forgot. After, okay.
Yeah,
because they told her, they told her that he was dead.
Right.
Which we thought he was dead too because the monster tore that nigga apart, But yeah, he working with some magical shit. Also, I thought it was odd that Christina didn't know, because I thought she sent that dog. Like, ain't that her creature? Like,
no, that one is for Tick, so it's the one that he controls.
he controls the creature?
Yeah, that's his.
Was that the spell he casted?
It's either the one he and Montrose did or the one that Christina did for him, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm confused by that shit. But yeah, so apparently that wasn't her monster, or she's hiding some shit. Either way, she couldn't save D. And they needed, in order to help, in order to prolong the curse from taking over, she needs one of her relatives, her closest relative's blood. And this is the scene where, the very next scene, we see that, because Montrose has this look on his face, right? Like,
Shit.
because everybody thinks it's him that's the closest relative. And later on in the next scene over, he tells Atticus that he might be George's son. So if that is the case, then his blood is probably, I guess, better for the job.
Yeah. He's the closest living relative.
Well, it's just that'll be his like sister, yeah. So I guess.
Well, half sister.
And Hippolyta, half sister, yeah. Hippolyta is nowhere to be found. But she does return in I think the very next scene. But what are your thoughts about the reaction? Montrose telling Atticus that he might be George's son, because the two were kind of getting closer, and every time they about to get close, this nigga reveals another secret that tries them apart. So how'd you feel about that?
I think it showed that he actually has empathy for Montrose, because the first thing he said was, "Mom cheated on you," so he realized that the infidelity in the relationship was on his mother's part.
Yeah.
And that may have changed his mind about, Montrose a tad bit, up until about an hour later when he was getting in his ass as soon as they got to Tulsa. They be flip flopping. They just go back and forth. It's like it's the craziest relationship.
It's that hatred, man. And I think he's more upset that this nigga still has more secrets, right?
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm trying to get to know you because I think you my father, but nigga, you not. So why am I trying to have this relationship with you, man? Fuck you, man. I wish George was alive. And he straight up tells Montrose that he wished George was his father. Which I'm like, that's kind of harsh.
I mean, he should have told him a long time ago, in my opinion, but especially after he died.
It's a family. I mean, George should have told him to. Like
George should have told him.
Played a part to it as well. But you can't put it solely on him, man. Yeah. But
it's crazy that they don't know. He might be his father, but they don't know for sure.
Yeah, they don't really know. Yeah.
So
he still might be his daddy.
Yeah.
And also this episode, we mentioned it before, but Lancaster dies, and Christina swings through as William and says this nigga had 9 lives, and we see that the cops he's with were cutting up black body parts. They were kidnapping black people, cutting their bodies
they called
up and
them.
giving them.
You can't kidnap no more niggers.
You can't kidnap no more.
Can we say that
exactly
on the
Is
the video gonna get flagged?
I mean, that's racist on YouTube, so
yeah,
like their video's still up. I mean, I don't know if they say the N-word, but I mean, within context, it makes sense for us to say it, man. We reference
context,
it, man.
Niggers.
Context. Stop.
I'm
done. Oh, this shit might not get monetized now. Anyway,
Don't matter. I'm not getting paid off it.
see, that's what I'm talking about. It's like it. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, he's kidnapping black people, cutting their bodies up, and I guess they use that to bring him back together, the metamorphosis or whatever. But there was that stone that Ruby put in his drawer in his office. William pulls it out, and I guess he used that to prevent him from coming back. That's why he was having trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's dead for good now. He is gone.
All the light go out in his eyes. The baby blues.
All that light went out of his eyes. Yeah. Exactly.
That nigga dead. He dead.
He's dead. He's gone. And Hippolyta returns. She just out here time traveling. I thought she was gonna go back immediately home, but she didn't apparently. She just out there time traveling. And she just shows up and it was like the boss immediately, telling niggas what to do.
She
what
should
happened
be.
to D? Yeah. Yeah. So they use her blood instead. They didn't need to get blood from Atticus or Montrose. They use Hippolyta's blood to prolong D's suffering. And Hippolyta's like, you know what? We need to book of names. Let me go back in time.
Right.
So the plan is to go back in time to Tulsa, 1921. So they go back to the
Tulsa Massacre
observatory. Little place. And Hippolyta has time traveling crystals in her arm and shit.
She's the motherboard.
She's the motherboard, and she is a mother.
Yeah, literally a motherboard.
Yeah. All right, so they go back in time using Hippolyta as the motherboard. Montrose, Letitia, and Atticus jump through the portal, and we are back in 1921, hours before the riots, and they plan to get the book from Dora's house, Atticus's mother's house at that time. And her house is right next to Montrose and George's house. So they live right next to each other. So that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the crew roll up to their houses and they see that young Montrose is getting beat by his father. Father's just whooping his ass out in the open. And that's terrible, man.
Yeah.
Just being embarrassed. People walking by. And the reason he's beating him is because he put on George's suit. I think he put a flower in his head too.
Corsage.
And he was acting corsage. He was acting a little bit too feminine for Papa. So he was just welling on his ass. And Dora comes out to save him. And I guess she does. Montrose's father was like, I'm gonna whoop your ass too, but then her father comes out like, you better not, nigga.
So, I'll beat the shit out of you.
I'll beat your ass, nigga.
I got like 5-6 guns up in here. I don't know who you playing with.
So yeah, Montrose's father stops whooping his ass. We see George run out, and Dora is upset at George for allowing his father to abuse Montrose. All right, and this scene is kind of powerful because we see Montrose looking at himself get beat, and he's an emotional wreck right now. I think he did a little bit of drinking before he got through the machine, and he's just thinking
on
about
that fucking
everything that
moonshine. He got
Yep.
fucked up.
Yep. He is smashed, man. He's gone, and he's just thinking about everything that happened. I mean, and you can understand it because it has to be torture, reliving all of that trauma.
Yeah.
And Atticus sees him suffering, but Atticus don't give a fuck. That nigga's like, before that scene even happened, he told him that once this is finished, I'm done with you. So you're not my father no more, nigga. George, my daddy. I don't give a fuck about the blood, nigga. I don't care about maybe, nigga. George is my daddy. So he's on that energy. Yeah. And he sees Montrose struggling, seeing his father beat him like that. And he doesn't really seem to care, man. I don't know. How did you feel about him in this scene?
Feel like he saw why he used to get his ass beat, and he still didn't really.
Yeah, he saw it. Like it made sense to him.
Yeah.
Why his father was so hard on him, but he's like, man, fuck that nigga. Still. Oh man, like there's moments of him that you see he clearly understands the situation, but he still doesn't give a fuck about that. So
exactly.
So little Montrose runs off. Dora and George are planning to go to the prom or whatnot. And then, Montrose runs off as well. And Atticus says Montrose runs off to warn George about Artem, right? Because he knows where George and Dora was going to end up at, the park. So that's what he believes at that time. So Letitia and Atticus split up. Atticus goes after Montrose, who went after George. I mean, not George, but younger him. And Letitia goes for the book of names. They don't have that much time, so they got to split up. And the next thing we see Letitia get attacked by white men with guns. She runs away. And Montrose's father. Oh yeah, track.
She always running.
Yeah, she always run. Except when we need her to to run. She stops running and walks through explode.
No sense.
That's what niggas was upset. Montrose's father comes out and saves her. Dora's father comes out too, and they take her in. And they don't really know her because she's not even a part of the family, so they wouldn't know her anyway. So she's able to just talk to them.
Like, why wouldn't Tick go get the book and she go help Montrose?
Yeah, that's true because they don't really know him either. So that, yeah, and George and Montrose weren't even there. So yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah, it don't. It don't matter. So Tick catches up with Montrose and he sees him camping outside the park, and that's the same park where George and him were saved. They always talk about the story how they were saved by a stranger with a baseball bat, and this is the park where it's supposed to happen. But in that park currently is Montrose talking to Thomas, the boy he used to be in love with. And it's revealed here that he didn't run away to warn George about Artem. He ran away to I guess to save Thomas. That's what he said. And this was a very powerful scene because the reason he wanted to save him because he felt guilty about suppressing his sexuality. It's like all these men that I was in love with that I let go just because I wanted to be a man. I wanted to pretend to be straight. And he says that Thomas was one of those victims, right? And also Thomas gets shots in the head. He gets shot in the head too. He don't actually end up. That's what I was worried about that scene. Like, are you gonna save him? And he doesn't end up saving him. But yeah, because Atticus there, and Atticus is like, if you save this kid, then you might not never end up with Dora, my mother, and I might not be born. But in this scene, young Montrose is telling Thomas that he needs to break it off, that he's not really gay. So, and that was his way of explaining to Atticus that, hey, I won't see him again anyway because I'm already breaking it off with him. So even if he doesn't die, nothing will really change. But I guess they sat there and didn't do much, and this nigga dies anyway. Some white boys roll up with some guns and blows. Well, the white boys see Montrose and Thomas holding hands. They call him a faggot. Nigga faggots or some shit.
Yeah.
just I don't know, man. But
being racist and homophobic. Goddamn.
I know these are super villain, extra spicy wording. But yeah, they blow Thomas's brains out. So Thomas does die. Montrose doesn't get to save him. And what is the next scene here? Oh, Letitia gets caught with the book. That is the very next scene. We go to back to Letitia, and Letitia is looking for the book of names is in the room, and the grandma comes through and sees her looking. And the grandma did she have a weapon? I think she did have a weapon. She pulls out a gun, right?
A gun.
Yeah. I think they all had guns, but yeah, she stops her. And Letitia, she has no other option. She explains the whole story, why she's there. She tells grandma that she's looking for the book of names, that she's from the future. She loves Atticus. They're going to have a baby whose name is going to be George. She just tells her the whole story just to convince her to let these things happen. Because she's like, okay, this is all true. What's happening to us? Why you coming to get the book? Like, when I still had a book in the future? And, she realizes that, her whole family is going to die. It is fucked up. But then we go back over to what Montrose and Atticus is doing. And the scene is playing out. The scene that him and George talk about all the time about the stranger with the bat, all of that shit. So the white boys roll up after they kill Thomas. No. They are already there. George and Dora roll up. And they try to save
punching
Montrose.
Left and right.
Yeah, they were fighting off. And apparently the racists only had one gun. With
one
a single
bullet.
fucking bullet.
There's no sense. Again. I guess they only had one bullet left from shooting all the other niggers. I mean, Negroes.
Stop saying
the Negroes
that.
of Tulsa.
Jesus Christ.
My bad. God
What is
damn.
wrong with it? You turned into a 4chan poster, man. What the fuck? This is what Lovecraft cut you through to niggas, man?
No,
Okay.
it's what the boys did to me. Stormfront got to me. She was making points. She was making points.
We're gonna talk about that later. Oh my god.
She was
But
spitting facts.
So Dora, George, and Montrose are fighting off a group of racists with baseball bats and one bullet. And they look at Montrose, old Montrose and Atticus are looking. They're like, where's the stranger with the bat? And then they show on the ground there's a bat in front of Atticus. So the person that saved Montrose and George was Atticus from the future. Right.
Which, I mean, don't you think they would have remembered that he looked exactly like his son?
Not really, because I mean, not until like Atticus grows up into a man would they realize that. So, and I mean, I'm sure it happened so long ago that they were so traumatized that I doubt that they were like remember that fully.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Like
in TV land,
like,
it makes sense.
yeah. You gotta think about it. Like, they have to wait for him to become a man, like 20-some years old, for him to look like that person. So, like, just one morning, they wake up like, "Hey, you the nigga that saved me." Like, I don't know. He could have covered up, or so they could have wrote in that he covered up his face or some shit. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Fine, I'll go with it. Didn't really affect
we'll
me
roll
much.
with it.
We'll roll with it.
We'll let it slide, like many other things.
So we see that, and that's cool.
That was my favorite
Atticus
scene,
does
actually, when he walked up to the white boy in slow motion, hit him in the face with a
Oh, in
baseball.
slow
That was so
motion.
fire.
He's making these racist ass stereotypical faces, and he just slaps in the face with a bat, and blood flies.
I love that shit.
Meanwhile, Letitia is back at the crib with Grandma, and Grandma eventually gives up the book. You know, she's like, I guess this has to happen. You know, which I don't know, man. I would that couldn't be me. Like, I would have tried to save my family, my family that I knew, and not some stranger. But it's cool, man.
I mean, they really couldn't have gotten out of that house alive. The whole bottom of the house was burning, and then they threw a Molotov cocktail in the top floors. And if they would have ran out the house, they probably would have got shot.
Yeah, you're right. They weren't going to survive anyway. So she eventually shows Letitia where the book is. And it's just Letitia being safe and protected while Grandma just burning up. I don't know why they showed Grandma burn up like that.
Yeah, that was
Did
fucked
you
up.
fuck with?
No, because like the reality of it is, if you witnessing somebody burning, their flesh is gonna fucking stink, and they're gonna shit themselves, and it's just gonna be gross and really sad. And I wouldn't want to be there for that.
Wait. Yeah, that's true. You didn't want to be there for that. But I mean, I guess she had to wait. I guess she had to wait.
She had to finish the prayer.
She had to finish the prayer.
Yeah, she had to finish the prayer.
I guess she had to wait until the shit was completely. I don't know. They should just. I don't know. She got out because she can't die.
Yeah.
And the book was in her hand, so the book was protected by the invulnerable spell too. So that's cool. They don't actually show her leave the house, but she eventually comes out. So after George, I said George, fuck. After, well, I mean, that's George's son, man. After Atticus.
George Jr.
George Jr. After Atticus and Montrose, save, George. God damn it, fuck!
So they saved George, Montrose, and Dora.
Yes. Atticus saves George.
What would you do without me? God damn. Can't even finish sentences.
It's this time travel shit, man. It's fucking me up, dog.
Yeah, it's the time travel. Right.
It's time travel.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually Montrose and Atticus get back to the portal. And the portal looks fucked up. It's like it's zoning in and out. Atticus jumps through the portal and he sees that Hippolyta is fucking dying. She foaming. Like foam is coming out her mouth. Like she is like getting melted and shit. And he's like, you gotta hold the portal open, do it for D. And she just turns Super Saiyan and her hair turns blue and shit. She turns into
Arinthia Blue.
Arinthia Blue, man. Her hair turns blue. She's like, oh, on some storm shit. Like the shit is shocking her so hard that she's lifted off the ground in the air. And she manages to hold it open. And we just see Letitia walking through the streets, unbothered, because it looked cool. So they eventually all get back.
I'm tired. My leg's tired. I'm just gonna walk.
Yeah, they all make it through the portal, man.
I'm gonna walk.
They are
all
saved.
this chaos.
They are saved.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened this episode. There's some other things that we're gonna talk about now, but yeah. So how'd you feel about that? I mean,
like the episode.
Point out some things that make sense. Okay.
I
enjoyed it too, man. I enjoyed it too.
I wish it were longer since it's the second to last one.
It definitely needs to be longer. I feel like they're gonna have to rush some things to finish this off.
Yeah.
Hell, the pacing might be more like episode 2 for the final episode. So
I hope the last episode's at least an hour and a half, because there's just so much that they gotta put in. Unless it's gonna end on a huge cliffhanger, which could also happen, which I don't like.
Yeah, I don't like that shit either. But I guess we could talk about the future of our crew. So it's revealed here that there's parallel universes. There's like 6 million universes. Hippolyta says that. So maybe Atticus went to a different universe, and he wasn't in the current universe. So we don't know if he's gonna die or not. But he's supposedly gonna die, from what we got from the book, and that we know Christina wants to kill him. Christina tells Ruby that she is gonna kill Atticus. Like,
no matter.
She just comes out and says it. Yeah. And Ruby seems fine with this. She's like, as long as you save my sister, then I'm cool with it.
Right. I don't think she really cares about Tick. She don't give no fucks.
I mean, she don't even know that nigga, so that makes sense. She really don't know who the fuck he is. Like, she really don't know. So yeah, I mean, and before she even meets up with Christina and they talk, she talks to Letitia first. And she tells her the same shit. Like, hey, you chilling with them. You chilling with crazy ass Montrose who was like willing to throw your ass under the bus. You need to come over here with the women. You need to chill with us. You know what I'm saying? Get some of this William loving.
Oh my God. I don't think she wants to share William, but
it's probably not. But yeah, and I found it interesting, that conversation, because we finally see that she's aware that Letitia's mother was, running around chasing men. So she I guess she was kind of like George, just watching this shit happen and didn't do shit about it, or didn't really say much. I don't know, because she compares Letitia chasing after Montrose to their mother chasing after random men. Because
Letitia chasing after Tick.
Tick, god damn it, yes. I'm sorry, yes.
She even gonna be chasing after no gay nigga. That ain't gonna happen.
That is true. Yeah, anyway. She seems to be alpha self, man. Like, when we first see her character, she's talking about the black strife and black struggles and empowerment. But William put it on her, man. And you talking about magic and shit. William,
I think they put it on each other equally.
I guess, but Ruby seems more effective. We thought it was a reverse because we seen what Christina did last week.
Yeah.
With the Emmett Till stuff, but
I think they're equally enamored with each other.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Which is crazy.
But yeah, she's out for self right now. She thinks a little bit about Letitia. She doesn't want her to die, but she wants to become a wizard. So yeah. And did she kill Dell? That the overseer from the Artem, the white lady that she turned into? Did she kill her? She was like, I wanted my hair red or some shit. Remember that scene?
She turned off something. I think it's the thing that drains the blood to make the potion. So I don't know if that kills her or if it just stops taking blood.
Yeah, I don't know, because Dell chick is in a coma. So we learned this scene that you don't have to. The person doesn't have to be dead for you to transform into them. So that's interesting.
But still, if she wants to be a redhead, why don't she just take the potion and dye her hair red? I don't understand that.
She
wants to be a natural redhead.
You're like, go kill somebody, man.
Go kill a ginger. Go kill a fucking ginger. It's crazy how she looked at her. She's like, yeah, I can do that for you.
Yeah.
I got
you. Bit her lip a little bit.
Like,
I don't know.
Like me some redhead.
That scene was a little.
It was spicy.
It looked like wasn't Dell's hair a little bit? I thought I saw her hair a little bit reddish or something. I don't know.
No,
we know her hair was black before. I don't know.
Was it? I don't know.
Yeah, her hair was always black, but I think in this particular scene, I guess the way the light hit it, it made it look red. So I don't know.
Maybe
and Christina. So I didn't explain this. I didn't mention this before. I'm fucking up, but the only reason Christina agreed to help Dee was if Atticus agreed to be the sacrifice. To come with her during the autumnal equinox, so she can make herself immortal. And the reason she gives for wanting to become immortal was like she just wanted to experience it. I think that's what she said.
To experience life over and over again.
Yeah, basically. The eternity of first. That's what she said.
Yeah.
So she just wants to not die and be hunts to several people. Man, I don't know. It's crazy. But yeah, that was her reasoning, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I wonder what they're gonna do with Gia, and Hippolyta has these time traveling powers and abilities. I wonder if they're gonna use the time travel shit again, maybe after Tick dies, they'll time travel back. I don't know. There's a lot of shit you can do with time travel. That's what I'm just saying. So
Hippolyta has infinite knowledge. Wouldn't she figure out a way to save Tick?
She mentions that, but I don't think she learned it. I think she was just enjoying herself or some shit. Because I don't
hanging
think
out.
she I don't think she knew anything about the book of names and shit. I don't think, did she? I don't think she did. She had the orrery. She was just time travel. I don't think she knew what they were really working on. Because when they mentioned it, she seemed I don't know. Wait, I'm trying to think. So I think Christina told her about it or something. Is the reason that she knew, and that's why they plan to go back in time to Tulsa. I think Atticus told her probably, but yeah, I don't think she knew beforehand. So I don't think she could have just looked for that stuff specifically because she wasn't aware of it. Because remember, they were hiding shit from her. So
Yeah.
So I think she was just living life, seeing all the past black celebrities and shit, and chilling.
La Vida Loca.
Yeah, just chilling, man. Who else? I think that's pretty much it, man. I think we pretty much went over everything. I guess the only thing left to talk about is you think, what about Montrose and your boy Atticus, man? You think they patch things up at the end?
They will never have a stable relationship, I don't think.
I mean, they cried together, so I mean.
Yeah, you think they would have trauma bonded by now, but I feel like Tick has a couple more freakouts in him over Montrose.
Montrose need to stop revealing shit, man. You know? He need to stop revealing. If he would have waited a little bit longer, and he would have seen Hippolyta coming through the door, he would have been fine.
But Tick just gets so butthurt about shit that he can't change. I mean, like, what are you gonna do about George being no daddy? What are you gonna do about Montrose being gay? What does it change to be mad about?
He wanted George to be his daddy, man. You know? Because he wouldn't be doing all this shit for his father. He wouldn't even came back probably.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth. So, yeah, he's just upset, man. Like, I want to have a relationship with this nigga, but he might not be my actual father. And Montrose was just beating his ass. Because he was gay. He tried to put that off on Tick, so yeah. So I understand his struggle, man. I understand it. I understand his plight, man. He's upset. But yeah. I think D is saved, so I don't know what they're gonna do with D. She gonna be obviously she's alive now. She's saved, so they got the book. But I think in the previews they were talking about how they were possibly gonna use the book to prevent him from dying, to protect Atticus from dying to Christina. So I wonder how they're gonna do all of that. We will see. We will see. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here? Any final words?
I usually have something to say. I don't know. I don't have shit to say right now. It's late. I'm tired.
That is the review. Peace out.
Bye.